Loot boxes. I'm sure you've never heard of this parasite on the game industry. It's an issue that's almost never brought up. So few people seem to acknowledge their existence. It's this odd little phenomena where, again, like a parasite, it just goes unchecked, and by the time people start to notice it, it'll be too late. Because of this, I'm making this video before loot boxes spiral out of control. Oh, shit. I know. What an unoriginal garbage fucking topic. I could have just frequently uploaded after hitting the algorithm lottery, but no, leave it to Oni to not fucking upload for a month and a half after he gets a 13,000 view video. You know, shit, dude. I don't know. I don't think I really have to go into specifics with Lootbox. Well, I kind of am going into specifics, but shut the fuck up. By now, most people kind of know what they are and why so many people are rightfully against them. Where it starts getting muddy is when it's purely cosmetic, I guess, in a way. I could make this a straight up opinion piece with my take on the whole mess and why I feel that way, and I guess to some extent it will be interwoven throughout the video. I tend to go by the motto, don't give a fuck, but be principled. What I hope to do is have a sort of objective point of view on this subject and explore the inner workings of it and try to just piece together a reasonable sort of middle ground, but not really. This is going to be a sort of chronological event timeline things, very similar to my Midnight Animal video. With that out of the way, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, oh damn right, it's back. My name is Oni Boris, Oni for short, and I'm here to impose the question because I've been waiting way too long for a Gymquisition purely about the subject. When are loot boxes wrong? Or acceptable? What the fuck ever. And I guess also, are cosmetic only loot boxes acceptable or not? But that would be a way too long title, and yeah, no. However, to talk about loot boxes, we first have to talk about what came before it in recent memory, of course. I'm not going to go to some shitty, like, 1990s game that was split into 22 sections and all the content was walled off. Because they didn't do that in the 90s. They only do that in the 21st century. Microtransactions. Now, microtransactions I've sort of always seen as micropayments that you can make in a game. That's what they are. Because of that, loot boxes do technically fall under the category of microtransaction, but I want to narrow it down to bullshit mechanics with premium currencies or pay to win or any variation thereof. Mechanics that can be exploited and bought with real world money. I feel the biggest example of microtransactions gone fucking rampant are MMOs. From WoW to ESO, there's the sort of built-in social interaction and trading economy that goes on, as well as having these paid expansions. To me, MMOs get somewhat of a pass. They're designed to be time sinks. Games that you are supposed to play for hundreds, if not thousands of hours, or invest years of your life into. On top of that, I feel the trading in MMOs aren't particularly bullshit or insidious by design, unlike some games. No, boyos and girlos and lados and lassos? Lados and lassos. We're talking specifically from a few years ago, the likes of Dead Space, a survival horror franchise that used to be held in high regard as this brutal mixture of tense, horror-filled delight and visceral. See what I did there? That was a joke. Laugh at my joke. Please. Action. What turned into a boring microtransaction-filled garbage heap of a game that featured a crafting system where you could buy materials with real-world money. Let me say it again. Let me reiterate. The horror action game thing had a system where you could pay to make the horror less tense and horror. There's also Mortal Kombat X, an admittedly fun fighting game, part of a series that has gained so much traction it caused the creation of the fucking ESRB. A good old arcade fighter with some of the most gory, over-the-top fatalities known to man, literally had microtransactions to make the fatalities easier to do with a single button press, as well as the ability to unlock everything in the crypt with a single purchase. What the fuck? And I don't even want to go in on the Goro debacle, or the fact that there's like 10 fucking DLC characters, or the fact that there's like 2 additions, season pass things. The difference here is that there's no real in-game advantage to these microtransactions. Now, MKX was published by Warner Brothers, So I mean, of course it was gonna be scummy bullshit, but I feel the backlash would have been as bad, or I guess rather wouldn't have been as bad if there was one thing that they didn't do. Overabundance. A community will only take so much shit fed to them before they realize they're being fed shit. Take Payday 2. This game used to be fucking good. I used to hold a degree of respect for Overkill as much as I can respect an entity, which, I mean, isn't much. It was fucking something. I don't respect people, but they had something going for them. We aren't done. Remember Deus Ex Mankind Divided? No, you don't. The last Deus Ex game to be released was Human Revolution. Mankind Divided never happened. You're making shit up. Shut the fuck up. But limited microtransactions in a single player game isn't really a good thing. You know, it's not a good idea. You probably shouldn't do that. It'll normally result in the community wanting to fucking murder you alive. Well, I guess to murder someone they have to be alive. Fuck. I need to stop going off script. I don't know how to socially interact with human beings. The problems don't even end there. We've had a box system before Overwatch, you know. Before its delightful loot box controversy, extravaganza. There we fucking go. You know, you ever heard of Team Fortress 2? You ever heard of CS:GO? Point being, the Valve system is even worse than the fucking loot boxes, but nobody called them out majorly, I guess, until two fucking cuckboys decided to try to run a scam that, in retrospect, really wasn't that bad compared to the shit that publishers dole out nowadays. In TIF2, for example, you can buy a crate which varies by price, normally a mere 3 cents, so they can go to around 10 cents, with a crate's price at release being like a fucking $1. Then you have to buy a key for that stupid fucking crate, which is an extra $2.50, and then you can finally open your stupid crate, which results in only 1 item instead of the normal 4 or 5 that's in today's market, with a very, 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 very small chance of getting something worthwhile, unless you fucking hit the lottery and get like 5 Fuck you, Will. The system is fucking abysmal, especially in a game like CSGO with its brain-dead, money-hungry community. It's basically a fucking cycle at this point. Valve has like 5 people working on TF2, and the idiots who still buy TF2 shit fund CSGO. And the morons who buy CSGO shit fund the tumor of Dota. But I digress. I'm getting ahead of myself. Valve's baffling fucking business sense is for another day. Point being, cases and crates were shittier, but it was only one developer doing it, so nobody really bitched about it. Nobody bitched and moaned. Nobody cared. It has this horrible economy where everything is both set in stone and up for interpretation. The way people perceive this shit is more complicated than the fucking Quran. What the fuck? That isn't particularly the same as the MMO sort of system because, you know, you actually have to kind of interact with people in MMOs and barter and haggle and shit, as opposed to putting up an offer on TF2 Outpost and watching as your soul slowly drains away after waiting weeks to sell your 3rd gen unusual. This got too deep. Now, I had a reason to talk about all of these. Microtransactions were AAA bullshit that the masses were force-fed. There was an outrage, but no genuine repercussions. The cates and craces are insidious as fuck. You can get them as drops instead of, you know, actual useful or cool stuff like a cosmetic or a skin. Almost to goat you with the game, tempting you, ooh, you want to open this? We'll buy this shitty corresponding key because there's like fucking 400 of the cunting thing. And you might get lucky. The common day loot box, I feel, are a mix of both. People argue that Overwatch started it, and I guess they're technically right. They popularized the sort of, I guess, 4 item in 1 box tiered rarity thing. But it was games like TF2 and CSGO with their crate system that I think started the entire basis. Even then, considering Overwatch did draw a lot of inspiration from TF2, and Blizzard kind of did the same thing with the tiered rarities in Hearthstone, so I don't really know why Overwatch got all this shit. Overwatch, I think, are easily the most mild offenders out of anything that I've listed and probably will list. There's no luring you in. There's no pay-to-win mechanic bullshit. There's just, hey, you can open a box after you get 2,000 20,000 XP and have a chance at a cool skin maybe. And they've actually made the system more consumer friendly since launch, making getting duplicates less likely. The marketplace also isn't intrusive at all. When writing the script, I genuinely forgot where you buy boxes from. The only thing I will say I dislike about Overwatch's system is its retarded seasonal bullshit. That is somewhat scummy and oftentimes makes players think who are more lenient on money spending, they cave and buy so they get that cool skin instead of waiting an entire fucking year. Although, I have to give them credit, you know, they actually make the events happen again, and it's not a bunch of limited bullshit. Well, okay, except for like 3 skins. When you hear the fan, that means the editing Oni is coming into town. It's not 3, it's more than 3. I kind of forgot that the Origins exist. I forgot the Origins edition existed. I forgot that the Widowmaker skin existed, and they announced a new Mei skin or something. It's actually like 8, but yeah, it's still not that bad. So that whole limited skin rant, that's at you, Smite. Hey, Smite. Fuck you, Smite. Fuck you. Hey, Smite. Hey, Smite. Go fuck yourself. There's also Destiny 2, which is the insidious part of loot boxes, I feel. From what I can understand, you get these engrams, and the only way to open them is to walk all the way to the fucking marketplace. Open up some menus with fucking advertisements almost as flashy as a Payday 2 main menu, and then open it. And then the intent there is to advertise to the player, hey, click me, buy me, spend your money on me. Intent is the big key factor here. This is insidious. This is predatory. This makes me think, oh, hey, the people who made this are fucking scumbags. There's also like 3 different types of currency or something. That's fucking stupid. I feel Battlefront 2 and Shadow of War are very recent, and it's somewhat redundant to bring them up, but I will... anyway, for those of you who, in the distant future, who somehow find this, find it, I guess. Battlefront 2's microtransaction systems are buy the ebook, pay to win. Oh, Oni, why'd you say ebook? Just buy the book. That's the saying. Why'd you say buy the ebook? Because this shit is worse than mobile games. Jesus Christ. Thanks, EA. You toned it down a bit, but who the fuck thought Boba Fett should be an invincible rocket missile man? Who the fuck thought this through? Who thought tying your multiplayer game to microtransactions was a good idea? Oh. Shadow War is fucking orcs who can permanently die in its ranked multiplayer that you get from the fucking stupid boxes. I'm at a loss for words. I would bring up the meme shopkeeper man, but to do so would require more effort than the... So now we come to the central focus point of the video. Well, kind of. Out of all of these, which ones seem the most acceptable to you? To me, it seems Overwatch and to an extent TF2 are the most acceptable examples here, although for different reasons. Now, of course, my ideal system of a loot box in a video game is to not fucking have a loot box system in my video game. But, yeah, but the thing with Overwatch is it never really forces itself onto you. You aren't bombarded with pops up like, hey, listen, buy 420 loot boxes, epic crazy deal, only $290, that's a $400 value for you, that's $100, what the fuck am I saying? Holy shit, this video is fucking anyway, it doesn't do that. Progression in Overwatch feels natural and not forced, and TF2 is free. That's the only reason it isn't a fucking horrible system. Team Fortress 2 is a free video game now. Also, both of their box systems are primarily cosmetic. The whole cosmetic argument, I feel, is kind of muddied. If you go back and watch the Jimquisition and the Total Biscuit talk about for fucking 40 minutes or whatever the fuck videos on Overwatch, from what I can understand, Jim Sterling is, I guess, impulsive person, an impulsive, like, buyer. And because of that, these sort of systems are very predatory to him. And That kind of fucking sucks. I spent $500 on TF2. Never again. Never spent a dime on Smite except the God Pack when I was like 400 hours in already. Never spent a dime on Overwatch. So I'm fucking done with that. I'm not a retard anymore. Yes, I am. But I do really want to have a gym position from the point of view of somebody who is more impulsive on the buying side. I feel that if he elaborated on it more and all that shit, I would really appreciate it, and it would give some further insight as to his stance on the issue. Total Biscuits was kind of fucking stupid. If I remember correctly, he talked about how people who oppose loot boxes are doing it solely based on principle. And he says about how, he has more money than time, so the system's great for him. Hey, yeah, you have money because you advertise yourself on your fucking channel art as the biggest game critic journal man on YouTube. That's not true, but you say it is. Also, I'm sorry for having fucking principle. What the fuck? What kind of argument is... Well, I feel that's not a British accent. What the... I can't do a British accent. Why is it that, fuck. Shit, I don't... Point being, before I get off track and, lose your interest, if you're somehow still interested in this fucking garbage. I'm sorry for being a principled person and being against loot boxes on a principle because I want this industry to not be fucking garbage trash. You know, I apologize. It's my bad, really. I'm sorry for having fucking morals, you stupid fuck. Jesus Christ. I'm being too mean. I'm calling people stupid fucks for no reason. I can just have a civil disagreement with someone, but be reactionary. Or fucking, I want to die. So anyway, to make a tangent on the cosmetics of loot boxes very short, and going back to how Overwatch and TF2 systems are the only ones that are really acceptable. When you boil it down, there are very specific requirements, I feel, that have to be met in order to have these loot boxes that aren't completely fucking horrible. These conditions are... The game has to be free, because paying $60 for a game, then having some bullshit microtransaction system for no fucking reason, since you should theoretically make profit off the actual game itself, it's kind of bullshit. The system should be purely cosmetic. What the fuck? Pay to win as a model is shown to never be good, and actually kind of be horse shit. Nobody likes grinding unless your game actually makes grinding somewhat enjoyable and there isn't some pay-to-win mechanic within it. Oh, wowzers, why is Warframe suddenly on the screen? What's happening? Wow, this is weird. Look at that. What's grinding? I don't know what grinding is. That's just Warframe. That's just the Warframe system, really. You know, there's nothing wrong with that or anything. A little added caveat. Don't be an early access or beta or something. If your game isn't fucking finished, well, I guess that also applies to AAA devs who release buggy pieces of shit and still shovel out microtransactions. So, yeah, to both. If your game isn't fucking finished and you have the gall to add a pseudo-gambling mechanic to sound like Jim Sterling way too much here, with an economy almost as stupid as a Valve game, you're dense and need to quit your fucking job. Oh, gosh, golly gee, why is PUBG suddenly on the screen? I wonder, how did that get there? What's that? And finally, the final point here is, don't act like a pedophile in a white van with you as the pedophile and loot boxes as the candy and the game as the van and your consumers / fan base as the children. Preying on children is bad. Being a pedophile is also pretty bad. I probably shouldn't end on a pedophile joke bit. Aloha, my fellow bags of human flesh. Welcome back to the Oni Boars post tongue click update section that I have in every fucking video because I'm fucking stupid and don't know what I'm doing. So you might have noticed I haven't fucking uploaded in about 2 months, and there's not really a reason for it. Kinda got into Dark Souls a lot, And that's because I also do plan on making a Dark Souls video, or two-parter, about its difficulty and why it's kind of bullshit. You may have noticed that in the beginning I had this bit about how I'm not actually doing the journalism shit like I said I was, and yeah, you know, I kind of realized that I don't give a fuck about it, and it just wouldn't really make sense to. But, like, at the same time, I want to try to do something. Like, I don't want to just fall off the face of the earth. I like doing critique and shit. Like I said, I'm planning on doing this two-part series on Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls 1. But, yeah, no, that takes a long time, and I don't upload, and it's like, Oni, what the fuck happened? I was playing Dark Souls for 100+ hours. That's what was fucking happening. And now Overwatch, Halloween events, and I've been invested in this shit. But I don't know, man. So what I want to try to do maybe is do like a weekly series on news or something, like Sid Alpha, but weekly and in bulk, because I am going to fucking lose my mind if I have to make a video every other day about news on the gaming industry. I don't know when that'll start. I'm hoping to do it when I have like a freer schedule, or when like I don't fucking know. Maybe 2018. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so expect those 2 Dark Souls videos in the coming weeks. I hope. There's a lot of fucking footage I have to go through. This is a big fucking project. I think this might be kind of my biggest one yet. Oh yeah, Before the Storm episode 2 came out recently, and I do want to make a critique on that as well. Originally I was going to like do it purely on each episode, like episode 1 video, episode 2 video, episode 3 video, but no, that's dumb. So I think I'm going to do 1 episode on all 3, and then another episode on the bonus episode from the deluxe edition. And yeah, after that, I do not fucking know. I'm going to play a fuck ton of games. It's the Halloween sale right now. There's a lot of games on sale that really shouldn't be. They shouldn't be on sale. I don't know why the fuck they are, but they are. So, you know, I'm gonna buy those, play those. I already haven't played 100 games in my library. I'll find something, man. I'll find something. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. You know, if you came from the Creation Club video and you managed to click on this one and you somehow remembered who the fuck I was, if you found this video and you recommended for some horrible reason, and you're still here in the post tongue click update video, it's not a video, it's a section of the video, whatever. Welcome. Stay, don't stay, subscribe, don't subscribe. I don't care. I don't tell people to subscribe. Do whatever the fuck you want. If you want this shit to grow, I don't know, share it. I don't fucking tell somebody, hey, look, this fat white fuck who has to edit out his breathing every 10 seconds made a video on Lootboxes. I don't know what the fuck to do, man. You know what? That's your prerogative. That's your decision. You know, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, that's it. Nobody actually watches these. The videos or the post tongue click. They don't watch either. Yeah.